Hello, people. I am Jasmine, and this is my story. I will be sharing an event with my soon-to-be ex-husband and mother-in-law. The betrayal and lies are still haunting me, so I thought I should get it off my chest. I have seen multiple posts about people dealing with horrible mothers-in-law and their equally bad sons. I had to face something similar. When I married my husband, Tom, I had no idea he was a big mama's boy. His mother, Vera, was extremely close to him. From his childhood, he has been taught that his mother comes first. I have no problem with him being a mama's boy. However, sometimes Vera's hold over him also suffocated me. After Tom married me, he always said,
"Even if you are my wife, my mum is still a priority for me. I hope you understand that, Jasmine. I don't want you to think otherwise."
"I know that, Tom. As long as you respect and value me as well, I have no problems with your closeness to Vera. You are her son after all."
"Thank you for understanding, Jasmine. I hope we won't have problems with this in the future."
Tom was not joking when he said that Vera was his priority. As the years progressed, it became clear that Vera held an even higher position than me. Tom worked a good job, but spent half his income on her. Vera refused to work and insisted on living on her son's money. I ended up putting more money into our household accounts to make ends meet. When I talked to Tom about this, he said,
"How dare you bring this up, Jasmine? I already told you that my mum is a priority. Why are you creating trouble about this? Do you want my mum to starve?"
"I never said that, Tom. You're just giving out more money to Vera than necessary. I have tolerated it for so many years, but you need to stop."
"That will never happen. I have responsibility towards her, and I will send her whatever money I please. Stay out of this."
All this while, I knew that I was fighting a losing battle. We had multiple fights about Vera. It also didn't help that Vera hated me and insulted me with every chance. Hell, Tom was the only one invited to her house for Christmas. I was never allowed. Tom had nothing to say about this. He always left me alone and celebrated with Vera. Things didn't improve even after Tom and I had a child. Ethan was also boycotted from Vera's house because he was my child. Ethan craved his grandma's love when he was young. However, Vera only had insults for him. Tom never protested and merely told us to deal with it. After a while, Ethan and I both gave up pleasing Vera. I didn't want Ethan to grow up among divorced parents, so I never left. However, I later realized my mistake. You see, Tom suddenly left his job when Ethan was about 12 years old. He sat me down one day and said,
"I have quit my job, Jasmine. Today was my last day. I've been thinking about leaving for a while. I think it's time."
"What? Why didn't you discuss this with me? Do you have any jobs lined up?"
"No, I won't be returning to work anytime soon. I feel burnt out and need some rest. You earn enough to support us, so that won't be an issue. By the way, I hope you know that Mum will be moving in with us. You need to take care of her as well. It'll be easier if we don't pay her rent. You own this house, so you can let her stay here for free."
"Who the hell gave you this idea, Tom? Your mum is your responsibility. I want nothing to do with her. That woman literally hates me and Ethan. Why do you think I will house her and feed her for free?"
"She is my mum and your family. You are bound to help her out. I don't want any excuses."
Tom and I had multiple fights about this issue. When he finally understood that I won't relent, he stopped asking. Since our house was my inherited property, he couldn't force me to house Vera. Since Tom stopped asking about taking in Vera, I thought he finally got the point. Turns out he was just plotting against me. One day, Tom came back to our house with Vera in a wheelchair. He was gone for a week to Vera's place because he wanted to spend time with her, but I didn't hear from him during the entire time. When he finally showed up, he brought a wheelchair-bound Vera to the house. I let them in, looking confused like hell. Then Tom and Vera told me something shocking.
"Jasmine, I am sure you are wondering what happened. Sorry I couldn't reach out to you sooner. Mum got into an accident. I accidentally hit her with my truck when I was pulling into the garage. Unfortunately, she has suffered a lot and has been paralyzed."
"Oh my God, are you serious? Vera is paralyzed?"
"Yes, Jasmine. It was an unfortunate incident, but I ended up paying dearly for it. Now I don't know how I can stay alone." "Jasmine, since I was the one who caused her to be paralyzed, I have been feeling very guilty about this. Will you mind if she stays here? You know I can't support her right now, and I don't know what to do." "I have lots of medical bills due, Jasmine. My son can't do anything for me. If I go for insurance, I would have to file a report against Tom. You know I can't do that."
Hearing everything made me both angry and sad at the same time. I was angry at Tom for just springing this on me and being careless. I was also sad for Vera because while I am not made of stone, I understood that I had no choice but to help them out. I thought that it would make us come closer as a family, so I gave Tom some money from my savings to clear Vera's medical debts. I also took her in and let her stay with me. Well, all my hopes for reconciliation came crashing down soon. Vera never changed her mind about me, even after I helped her out. Instead, she and Tom ganged up on me and made my life a living hell. They berated me constantly for being lazy and useless. I was working 40 hours a week trying to keep our finances together. Meanwhile, Tom and Vera did nothing to help. When I asked for help, they said,
"How can you ask me for help, Jasmine? I'm a poor disabled woman. I can't do anything for you."
"I'm not asking for you to help. Vera, I'm simply telling you to stop littering everything. I'm getting tired of constantly picking after you. You won't even use the dustbin beside your bed."
"Stop attacking my mum, Jasmine. You know she can't move. How dare you tell her to adjust?"
"Why don't you help me out, Tom? You're here all day. I could use some help around the house. I can't keep up with everything after working for so many hours."
"I have to take care of Mum all day. I don't have time for your chores. Those are your responsibilities, not mine. Make Ethan work with you."
I couldn't believe the freaking audacity of Tom. Ethan was already helping me out with all the chores. He had his schoolwork as well. Me and him were getting tired of slaving for Tom and Vera. Yet Tom never helped out. Vera complained all day long and refused to even do basic tasks that she is perfectly capable of doing. I was tired of working for them. My bank sat empty, and I had very little savings left. Still, I helped myself together because I felt sorry for Vera and Tom. Well, turns out I was being played for a fool. One day, Ethan approached me when Tom and Vera were not around. He said that there was something he needed to talk about. He said, "Mom, why does Grandma still use a wheelchair? She isn't sick anymore. Why does she need it even now?" "Your grandma is still paralyzed, Ethan. This means she cannot move without the wheelchair. Unfortunately, she hasn't gotten any better." "But I see Grandma walking every morning. I thought she had recovered. Why are you saying she can't walk?" "What do you mean, Ethan? Vera is paralyzed from the waist down. She can't walk, son. You must have mixed it up." "No, Mum, it was her. When I asked her how she can walk, she just sussed me and ignored me. She even told me not to tell you." I was immediately alarmed. I had a nagging suspicion that something wasn't right. I didn't have any proof, so confronting Vera was out of the question. But now my son gave me some grave news. I was starting to get very angry. Still, I needed more information and proof, so I said, "Do you have any proof by any chance? I need more proof, Ethan." "Yes, I do, Mum. I took a video with my phone. Do you want to see it?" "Show me the video, Ethan. I need to see it right now." Ethan was right. His video did catch Vera walking in the hallways. I was pretty shocked. I couldn't believe my eyes. What was even more shocking was that Tom saw her walking and didn't really look surprised. In fact, he even walked up to her and they laughed about something in the hallway. I was absolutely furious. They were fooling me for 6 freaking months. I was livid. I immediately saved the footage on my phone and waited to confront them. The next day, when I returned from work, I saw that Tom and Vera were casually talking in the living room. I was pretty enraged, but kept my cool. I decided that it was time to confront them. I sat down beside them and said, "There is something I needed to talk to you guys about."
"What is it, Jasmine? Tell us now."
"Why did you two lie to me about Vera's condition? I know she's not paralyzed and can walk just fine, so tell me, why did you do this?"
"What are you talking about, Jasmine? This is ridiculous. You know Mum is paralyzed. Are you accusing her of faking it?" "How dare you accuse me of faking it? You're such a witch, Jasmine. I was right about you all along. You are a heartless woman."
"Don't lie to me, you two. I have ample proof that Vera can walk. I've seen it with my own eyes. And I also know you know about this, Tom."
"This is ridiculous, Jasmine. How can you accuse us like this? I didn't expect this from you. Stop being such a cruel person and make up lies about us."
"Well, I am making things up, Tom. As I said, I have proof. Since you won't accept it, I'll show you the proof. Here, watch this." I took out my phone and showed them the footage. They saw that to turn pale. Tom and Vera looked absolutely shocked. Their eyes bulged out of their sockets and they clearly looked scared. When the video stopped, I calmly put down my phone and said, "So, now that I have shown the proof, tell me why you have been lying to me. I want an answer."
"Well, Mum was really paralyzed, Jasmine. She only recovered recently. We've been keeping it a secret. We actually wanted to surprise you." Yes. It's still early to tell if I can walk like normal. We wanted to wait and tell you the news when we are sure."
Nice story you got there, guys. However, I don't believe you one bit.
If you want to prove yourselves, I need to see your doctor's certificates. Only then will I accept your words."
Tom and Vera looked visibly anxious and started to mutter nonsense about not having a note at the moment. When it became apparent that they have no proof of Vera's disability, I said, "That's it. Now I know everything I needed to know. Since you two can't give me proof, I won't be taking care of you. I want you both out of the house next month. And Tom, I am filing for divorce."
Jasmine, you're overreacting. You don't have to be so drastic in your decisions. We only lied to you because Mum had nowhere to go. Yes, this is all your fault. You were financially abusing my son by not letting him take me in. We had no other choice than to cook up this story. If you had been a little less selfish, we wouldn't have lied to you.
Don't you dare put this on me. Your worthless son wanted to be a parasite. I accepted because he is my husband, and I loved him. Then he expected me to take you in as well. You are not entitled to my money. You had no right to exploit me like this. Vera and Tom turned on me and started to call me names. They kept insisting that it was all my fault and they don't deserve to be kicked out. Tom also said that he is entitled to my money and so is his mother. All that talk made my blood boil. By the time they were done, I had already made my decisions. I said, "Enough is enough. I heard everything that I needed to hear. I thought I would kick Vera out and file for separation with you, Tom, but now I am going for a divorce. You have no right to be my husband. I won't stay with you anymore, and don't even think about taking Ethan. He will stay with me."
You can't divorce me, Jasmine. If you leave me, you will have to give me alimony. I will also get half of your savings. I'll keep Ethan and take child support from you. That will teach you a lesson.
You have some wild imagination, Tom. First of all, I have already depleted most of my savings on your mother, so you won't have much to claim anyway. And secondly, the judge won't grant you alimony since you quit your job without consulting me. I'll just say that I recorded our entire conversation, so the judge will know you want Ethan's custody only for child support.
No, that can't happen. I'll make sure I bleed you dry. Me and Mum didn't go through so much drama for nothing. I will take your money, you just wait.
Tom and Vera kept blowing up at me and threatening me with things. They were so stupid that they forgot the part where I said I was recording everything. From all the stories I heard, I knew that recording conversations can be pretty helpful in court cases. So, I made sure I recorded and documented everything. After some time, I left them to go to my room. The next day, Tom and Vera tried to act like nothing happened. They actually began to act very sweet towards me, and Tom tried to hug me in the morning. I ignored them and went about my way. I did meet with 2 lawyers for divorce and eviction. After finalizing everything, I went home. Vera, for some odd reason, still used the wheelchair in front of me. Tom also continued the charade, hoping that I will be fooled again. I sent Ethan to my sister's house so that Tom couldn't scare him from revealing the truth. I was pretty concerned for the safety of my child. I stayed back because the house is mine and I didn't want them to ruin it. A week later, I served Tom and Vera with eviction papers. I also served Tom divorce papers since there was no way in hell that I was staying with them. When they saw the notices, they completely freaked out. They said,
Jasmine, how can you do this to me? I don't deserve this treatment from you. This has to be a joke. I can't believe you would kick out a disabled woman, Jasmine. My son only wanted to take care of me. You are punishing him for nothing.
I think we have already established that you are not disabled, Vera. There is no point in keeping up this charade.
Even if I'm not disabled, I am old. You should not kick out an old person. God is watching.
Well, God also saw how the 2 of you manipulated me and bled me dry. Now it's time for me to take my revenge. As for Tom, he has been a poor excuse for a husband and father. I was staying with him for Ethan, but not anymore. Tom and Vera tried several times to change my mind. However, I never did. I invited my sister over with Ethan so that he can be at my house. Tom and Vera became desperate to seek my forgiveness. I knew that Tom's poor financial decisions left him with no savings. So hiring a lawyer and fighting me in court would be impossible. Vera didn't work either and had no money of her own. So they were both stuck in a deep pit of financial crisis. They feasted on my income but forgot the fact that I don't take manipulation lightly. Ethan was a teen, but he was smart enough to figure out what was going on in our house. He started to keep his distance from Tom and Vera. The fact that Ethan and Vera kept shouting at him also didn't help. They said,
You little crap! This is all your fault! I told you to keep your mouth shut! Does it feel good to have your dad kicked out, Ethan? Is this making you very happy? Dad and Grandma will be out on the streets while you stay comfortable with your mum. How does that make you feel?
I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't want to keep Mum in the dark, so I told her everything. I didn't know that she would leave you.
Shut up, Ethan. You are nothing but a useless child. I wish I never had you. If I didn't have you, I would remain married and stay in this house. You are responsible for our condition. Stop this right now. You have some audacity to scold and berate Ethan when he did the right thing. How can you speak to your child like that? I was fuming at Tom and Vera's behavior towards Ethan. It scared the living hell out of him. It broke my heart to see him so scared. I threatened Tom and Vera to call the cops if they kept verbally and emotionally abusing Ethan. That shut them up real quick. Later, these incidents actually helped me to get full custody of Ethan. Once the month came to an end, I promptly kicked out Tom and Vera. They did try to throw tantrums until I called the police on them. The police arrived and escorted them out of my house with their things. Finally, me and Ethan were able to breathe in our own house. In the weeks that followed, my lawyers tried to convince Tom to sign the divorce. I even offered him some money if he signed the papers for good. Since he was almost homeless and didn't have any money, he begrudgingly agreed. I did lose some money, but I see that as a win. What he got won't be enough to feed him for over 2 months. The custody agreements were pretty smooth. I got full custody because Tom was in no place to house Ethan. Even if he gets a job and demands split custody, I knew Ethan would speak against him. He was still very shaken, and is seeing a therapist for his problems. I attended the sessions with him because I didn't want him to feel alone. My sister is also living with us for the time being to help me out with everything. We are also on the lookout to see if Tom and Vera tried anything. From what I've heard so far, Tom and Vera had some nasty fights after I kicked them out. How did I know all this? Well, Tom came crying at my door about 2 weeks after getting kicked out. That's actually when I convinced him to sign the divorce. Apparently, Vera turned on Tom and demanded he get a job to feed her. When Tom refused to support her financially, she threw the worst tantrums ever. According to Tom, that made him see just what an idiot he was to me. Trust me, guys, I didn't feel anything towards him. I simply offered him the money and asked for his signature. By then, Tom knew there was no coming back. I have no idea where Vera is right now, but we are being careful. Meanwhile, I and Ethan are trying to get past the fiasco and start our life afresh.